Jinghao First Class Justice. The rain drummed against the terminal windows as Maya Chen walked through the airport, her designer heels clicking confidently on the marble floor. At 28, she had built a tech empire worth $3 billion, yet she carried herself with the same quiet grace her grandmother had taught her. Her boarding pass read First Class, Seat 2A on Flight 447 to Los Angeles. Maya smiled, remembering her first flight as a child in the cramped middle seat of economy. Now, she was heading to announce her company's latest breakthrough in renewable energy technology. The gate attendant scanned Maya's ticket with a warm smile. "Welcome aboard, Miss Chen. Thank you for flying with Skyline Airways." Maya settled into her spacious first-class seat, pulling out her tablet to review her presentation notes. The leather seat embraced her tired shoulders as she prepared for the cross-country journey. Other passengers filtered in, the usual mix of business travelers and vacationers seeking comfort. "Excuse me, I think you're in my seat." Maya looked up to see a tall white man in an expensive suit looming over her. His name tag read Jake Morrison, Regional Sales Director. His blue eyes held a cold certainty that made Maya's stomach tighten with familiar dread. "I'm sorry, but this is Seat 2A. Here's my boarding pass," Maya said, holding up the document with steady hands. Jake barely glanced at it. "Look, I don't know how you got that, but I paid good money for first class. You need to move to the back where you belong." The words hit Maya like ice water. Around them, conversations quieted as other passengers turned to watch the unfolding drama. Maya felt their stares, some curious, others uncomfortable, a few openly hostile. "Sir, my ticket is legitimate. I purchased this seat legally," Maya replied, her voice calm but firm. A flight attendant approached, her smile strained. "Is there a problem here?" Jake turned to her with relief. "Yes, this woman is in my seat. She obviously doesn't belong in first class. Can you please escort her to economy where she belongs?" The flight attendant's eyes moved between Jake's confident stance and Maya's composed demeanor. "Ma'am, may I see your identification and boarding pass again?" Maya's heart raced, but she complied, handing over her documents. She watched the attendant's face, searching for any sign of fairness or justice. "Everything appears to be in order," the flight attendant said slowly, "but perhaps you could move to accommodate Mr. Morrison. We have other seats available." The suggestion felt like a slap. Maya had experienced racism before, but never so blatantly, never with such public humiliation. She took a deep breath, drawing strength from her grandmother's voice. "Stand tall, child. Your dignity is yours to keep." "I will not be moving from my assigned seat," Maya said clearly, her voice carrying across the cabin. "I have every right to be here." Jake's face flushed red. "I don't care what your fake documents say. People like you don't fly first class. You probably stole that credit card or something." Guests echoed through the cabin. An elderly white woman in seat EB spoke up. "That's completely inappropriate, sir." But Jake pressed on, his voice rising. "I work hard for my money. I don't need to sit next to some welfare queen pretending to be something she's not." The racist words hung in the air like poison. Maya felt tears threatening, but she refused to let them fall. Instead, she pressed the call button. "I'd like to speak with the captain immediately," she said to the arriving flight attendant. Within minutes, Captain Rodriguez appeared, his uniform crisp, his expression serious. "What seems to be the issue here?" Jake jumped in first. "Captain, this woman is obviously in the wrong section. She's disrupting first class and needs to be removed." Captain Rodriguez looked at Maya. "Ma'am, may I see your identification?" Maya handed over her driver's license. The captain's eyes widened as he read the name, then looked at her face, recognition dawning. "Miss Chen," he said carefully, "are you Maya Chen, CEO of Tech Vision Industries?" "Yes, I am," Maya replied, her voice steady. The captain's expression shifted completely. He turned to Jake, his voice cold. Sir, are you aware that Miss Chen owns 47% of Skyline Airways through her investment portfolio? The color drained from Jake's face. Around them, passengers pulled out their phones, recognizing the name. Maya Chen wasn't just any passenger, she was one of the most powerful young entrepreneurs in America. Furthermore, Captain Rodriguez continued, your behavior has been recorded by our security cameras. Skyline Airways has a zero-tolerance policy for discrimination. Security officers boarded the plane, moving directly toward Jake. Sir, you're being removed from this aircraft and banned from all Skyline Airways flights indefinitely. As Jake was escorted away, his protests echoing down the jet bridge, Maya stood and addressed the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that what just happened isn't about my wealth or status. It's about basic human dignity. Every person deserves respect, regardless of their race, background, or the size of their bank account. Today, justice prevailed not because of who I am, but because discrimination is wrong, period. The cabin erupted in applause. The elderly woman in EB reached over and squeezed Maya's hand. Thank you, dear. That took real courage. As the plane taxied down the runway, Maya looked out at the city lights below. Her grandmother's words echoed in her mind. Sometimes, child, we have to stand up not just for ourselves, but for everyone who comes after us. Maya smiled, knowing that tomorrow's headlines would tell a story of justice served at 30,000 feet.